All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Asea Global Expansion Team Zoom. We have the amazing Michelle Sue joining us tonight. She and her mother have built a triple ambassador business. Isn't that right?
Right.
Pretty amazing. So we're going to pick her brain tonight and see how they do what they do and how she's had so much success with her Asea business. So Michelle, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Cindy. So good to see you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Congratulations on your brand new baby. I know that you're a new mom and I'm sure you're enjoying every minute.
Thank you. I am. And I hope I don't sound congested. I'm still recovering, but I'm
No,
glad
no,
you think I sound okay.
No, you sound great. So Michelle, tell us about what were you doing before you learned about ASEA? What was your life like before you were introduced to ASEA?
Yes. So before ASEA, so we're rewinding now. I was working at a public entity. That's the best way to put it. I was working as a government employee at a university, and it was a 9 to 5, so a office space, and we did amazing work. I really liked my job. I liked my friends and my boss. So that's where I was. And then shortly before that, I was working in a private entity in a marketing specialty. And so that was my experience before I became fully invested in ASEA.
Okay,
So,
and who introduced you to ASEA? Were you watching your mom? Your mom was already building this business, wasn't she?
she was. So what happened was, while I was working at the university, my mom, she told me about an amazing product. And I thought, okay, my mom is a lot more willing to believe the best in everything. And I'm more of a skeptical person. So I like to do my research. I like to do the whole Google and ask around before I fully want to even check it out. But my mom was the one who told me there's this amazing product. It can make your cells younger. It can make you more youthful. And it was interesting to hear that, because being in research and needing to see proof of every single little thing, it was tough. But our mom, she had the vision, and she already had experienced the product, and she already met with corporate, and she loved every aspect about it. And she told us, it's safe, it's okay, you can believe me.
So you kept hearing her talk about this, and were you watching her work? Were you watching her lifestyle? What intrigued you about ASEA?
So as I told you, I was working the 9 to 5, or for me personally, I was working the 7 to 3 so that I could avoid our LA traffic. And if you've been here before, LA traffic is well known. And I had to wake up really early every morning at 5, and then get ready, get on the road. And I was just constantly in that grind, the rat race, as a lot of people call it. And it was a lot. I spent a lot of time driving to and from. And as the years went by, it became exceedingly longer. Each commute became longer. And I just saw my life on the road all the time, which is fine, but it was also tough. And I saw my mom, who was able to, thank God, she made me breakfast. She took care of all of us. She was able to set her own schedule. And like I mentioned before, and she was making more than all of us in 1 month than I was making in a year. And I thought, that's incredible. And because I also mentioned this before, sorry to sound like a broken record, but truly, she came here to the US with nothing, and to build what she built, and to take care of our family, and to make her own schedule. And she works hard. Don't get me wrong. When she's working, she is She's fully plugged in, but she's also able to have a good work-life balance. And that's something I wasn't able to achieve working where I was working. And that's what I wanted. And also because, a little backstory is when my parents came to the US, it was really tough for them to keep in touch with their parents because of long distance call, and it was very expensive and they had very little. So to see my mom not being able to spend the kind of time that she wanted with her own mom was very tough. And I know that she wishes she could have spent more time with her. And I didn't want to feel that way. And also I really love my mom and I love spending time with her. She's one of my best friends. And I thought if I could be doing what she's doing and be working with one of my best friends, I think, and getting healthier together, that would be my American dream. And that's what I wanted. And I saw not just for myself and my mom being able to have that over time, but seeing so many people in Asea having their dreams fulfilled and being able to work with their family as well in like a very similar situation. So we're not the only ones. I feel like Asea has given this dream to so many of us.
Right. Absolutely. So had she done direct sales before, or how was she so successful? How did she learn how to do this business model so well?
So before she was, before she met Asea, she was also very successful in a previous company. And she was, I would say, the top. So I remember when I was a kid, she was number one sales in all the US. And she was able to build a wonderful team. And to this day, we're all still friends. And it's just amazing. She was really successful in that company. And when she met Asea, it was truly through just because Rita said, this works. A ton of her friends were willing to try because of just her ethics, her reputation, and the credibility she had for being who she was. So I think that was a really awesome transition to see, being successful in one company and how that translates into our company.
So now if you're at the top of the company, number one in the US,
Mm-hmm.
why do you leave that company and come to Asea?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too when I was younger, because I didn't understand. And I believe not all companies are created equal. And as you've experienced yourself, Cindy, sometimes some companies don't have, just because they have a great product doesn't mean it's easy to work in there, and for various reasons. And my mom, I think she just felt like when you meet at a certain point in time in life, things are aligned with your morals and your beliefs and who you are. But as time goes on, sometimes those things shift and there's a rift. And so it didn't work out quite in the way that she had wanted it to. And so, sometimes people go in different directions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you grew up in this business model then? And so have you always been open to it, this word of mouth distribution method?
Yes, I think the power of mothers it's because I said so. And sometimes when you're younger, it's just because your mom said so. So I think I was 13 or maybe younger. Every single one of my weekends were spent at meetings. And it started off with me being the host. I would get signatures. I was really young, so I did what I was able to. And over time, I I was pouring tea, I was taking down information, signing people up, those types of things. And as time went on, I slowly became a panelist, someone who would go up there and take part in the seminars and speak on the product and the business plan and all that wonderful, all that comes with our territory. And it to me, it was spending time with my family. And I didn't personally feel like there was anything wrong with our industry. I just saw it as a different way of marketing.
So when you saw your mom having this incredible lifestyle, having this freedom and flexibility, having this work-life balance, did you just say, Mom, you know what? I think I want to join you in business? How did that transition work?
Yes, I felt like all my weekends and every moment that I was not working at my regular job, I was invested in Asea. And our team started growing at a wonderful rate, which is great, but it was also a lot to manage. So I noticed that as my day job ended, I was truly just focused on Asea all the time. Weekdays, weekends, every spare moment. And then I believe I told you this before, but I slowly saw our income grow to a point where it was good. It was able to allow me to leave my current job without me feeling like, oh no, I'm losing out on an income, because it was exceeding everything that I had at the moment. And it continues to. So, and also I got to work on my own schedule. Off hours, I was able to work on my own terms and also call the people I needed to call. It was great. I felt happy doing what I was doing with Asea and with my mom. And I didn't have to make that 2-3 hour commute. I needed a computer, I needed my phone, and we're not fancy people. We can have Zoom in our PJs and still make an income. And I find that is not normal, but it is possible.
Yeah. So who did you call? So you come out of this corporate position, you decide to join your mom, you have to hold on to this job until you're making a certain amount of money. And so you're comfortable letting go of that income and going into Asea full time. Who did you call? Did you call workers? Did you call other networkers? Did you call friends, family? I'm sure that your mom had already talked to a lot of your family. So who did you begin to reach out to?
I reached out to, well, here's the thing, Cindy, is before I reached out to people, I had the Asea lifestyle, so to speak. So I was already living my life, walking around with this and this, all our stuff. And so I believe it started with more questions to me about what am I doing, as opposed to me going to people for, just introducing Asea. Because I truly believe if you live the Asea lifestyle, people will have questions. And through that, we just invite them to our meetings and we invite them to our Zooms. If they're not comfortable with that, we have one-on-ones. And so there's just a plentiful amount of opportunities to share and to have people know without necessarily making those calls. And I made those cold calls and just opportunity calls. And yes, of course, but my style is also very, what's that word? I like to see needs and ask about if there's an opportunity for Asea to meet that need. Yeah, so from Uber drivers to random people on the bus. And yeah, I took the bus a lot in West LA because I didn't want to drive anymore. So I was on the bus a lot, and people that I've met on the bus are actually on our team. And friends that I met at work, they're on our team too. And it's great. You know, not everyone you meet will be interested, but it's worth it to talk enough where there's one person who's interested that will want to have Asea in their life. And that's where I feel like where you plant all the seeds, you just water it and hope that one of them grows.
Right. So people started noticing a difference in you. They noticed you weren't making your commute. You were doing whatever you wanted to do during the day. And they started saying, hey, what are you doing these days? Right. So what would you say?
I would tell them, I say, hi, this may sound very weird and non-traditional, but I have this amazing product that I love, and this is what it's done for me. And on top of that, when you are in love with this product enough and you want to share it with others, there's an opportunity for you to make an income and through that grow a business and a team. And that's just how I share it. And that's to people, some people would be interested and some aren't, and that's okay. But I would like to emphasize that the Asea lifestyle is very important for people to see, because not everyone is interested in hearing what you have to say, but they might have that moment where something in their life would trigger a thought of, hey, I remember when Cindy was talking to me about something that helped her with X, Y, and Z. And I get all types of calls at all hours of the day because of that, the Asea lifestyle.
So what has Asea done for you? Why did you fall in love with this product?
There are so many reasons. The product itself is amazing. And I think that there's nothing out there that's quite like Asea. And for me, what people have told me is what I go by is, hey, you look well, you look younger, and I know your age, but you don't look your age. And also, that's what people tell my mom. And nobody can guess her age, and no one believes it when she says it because, she has very healthy cells. And because you have healthy cells, you naturally look like Cindy and Bo, Yeah. And it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw a difference on you and people noticed a difference on you. So you're a walking, talking advertisement for the product, right? So so you can't really fake it. If you're using the product and it's working, it becomes obvious that it's working, right?
Yeah. We're products of the products. And
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you said you do Zooms, you do one-on-ones, you do meetings. Do you do anything on social media, or is it mostly, person to person?
Yes, 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 and yes. So we have all the above that you mentioned. And social media, we have a lot more on apps like WeChat and Line. And we have Instagram and Facebook. I think that's something I would like to work on more. But before we had social media, we did the one-on-ones, we did the Zooms, more so the in-person meeting at our meeting space at our office. And then because of COVID, we had to pivot and go more into Zoom. But yeah, there's just a plethora of ways that we meet with people in person, online, and social media. And yeah, there's just a lot of different ways that we meet people.
So when you say you listen for a need, talk to us about that. So give us an example of somebody talking about something. Is it product oriented or can it be lifestyle oriented? I mean, obviously you wanted to get rid of your commute. You wanted to stop getting up so early in the morning. So that was obviously a need somebody could talk to you about if they were listening to what what problems you were trying to solve in your life. But give us an example of, conversations that you have with people where they start to say something and you say, well, how do you bring up Asea?
So like you said, when you see a need that could possibly be filled by Asea, you mention it, just like you would mention. Remember you told me about those blue sunglasses, the blue glasses for the laptop? Yeah, it's just as, I think, easy as wanting to share about something that is important in your life and has been so beneficial that you know can help somebody else. So really, I think in Asea and in anything in life really is, are you a good listener? Are you observing people and things that are going on in their life? And if so, I think you're able to share with them. So if it's a health thing, product, and if it's monetary things like monetary needs, you can share that on top of the product. There's a business opportunity. And I think people who, I believe Debbie Wetzler talked about this last time, people who don't feel like they belong anywhere, there's a place for you here as well. And believe, belong, become, I think it pertains to anyone. And also there's just so many different things that people are able to benefit from Asea that that's why in all of our seminars we talk about everything briefly, and someone will have that aha moment somewhere, and that's the moment that they feel like, okay, we want to take a look at Asea further.
So do you do weekly presentations, or how often do you do these gatherings where people can come and learn more about ASEA?
Yes, so weekly, and then one monthly one for global. And because we have teams in different parts of the world, and that's also the beauty of Asea, is you can have a global business. And that's something that I have found very hard to believe, that you can literally be sleeping and income is still coming in. And that's the power of our industry. And I think, I'm sorry, Sandy, what was our main question there?
Yeah, no, I was just, you said you do a weekly gathering of people that want to come learn, and then you do a monthly global. So that's done probably in a time zone that everybody can come in on Zoom. Is that the way they do it?
Yes, yes. So we find a time that we hope is, decent enough for everyone, not too late, not too early. And we just have it. It doesn't have to be long. We just do a quick gathering. This is what's going on in the company. And then it's just important for people to see each other, to have a time of gathering and to see, I think, just real people. Because I think with post-COVID, a lot of people have forgotten that human interaction. And it's just important for constant contact, for that morale.
So are you doing a Zoom and broadcasting it? Are you doing you're doing a live event and broadcasting it, or you're doing like a team meeting on Zoom where people from all over the world can plug into the Zoom meeting?
Oh, we have the monthly one is more for our own team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where people get to see each other. So let's talk about that. How did your business grow? What countries do you do business in? Are you in all 33 countries that ASEA is doing business in?
I hope so. I wish one day we will be in all 33 countries. We have a big team in Taiwan and in Canada, and also in Malaysia and Singapore. Where else are we? Off the top of my head, this is our most frequent.
Have you gone to those places? How did those people end up on your team? Did you know people there, or did someone on your team know people there?
Yes. And so another beauty of Asea is that you don't need to know everybody, because you never know who the person you're talking to knows. And yes, so through our connections, like our first lines and then our second lines and our third lines, basically we know people personally, and our team is built on people who know their people and their people. And we may not know every single person personally in every single country, but yes, somebody does on our team. And that's how we have this team that's just growing and planting seeds.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So exciting.
Yeah.
So, do you travel to Malaysia and Singapore and Canada and Taiwan and these countries to meet your teammates in person occasionally?
So post-COVID, yes, I was able to travel to all the said countries and hold meetings and meet with our teams and have that personal connection. And hopefully as time goes on, I'll be able to travel again. But like, I have Eli, it's tougher. But yes, we used to travel a ton. I probably wasn't even in the US very much pre-COVID, because we were always somewhere else taking care of our teams.
Right, right. So what do you think the most important thing so let's just say you sponsor somebody in wherever, Canada, or you're in the Seattle area, right?
I'm in LA.
You're in LA. I thought you were up in Washington for some reason. I don't know why.
I love Washington.
Yeah. So you're in LA and you have this big team. Well, let me ask you, are you still sponsoring personally, even though you've had grand success?
Yes, of course. Of course. It never ends, no matter wherever you are in your rank. I think the personal sponsorship, it will never end. You have to always have that D300 mindset, where you are not only taking care of your existing team, but you're also building wherever you see there's a person who is in need of Asea. So yes, we personally sponsor people continuously.
And how do you help people who have they didn't grow up in a network marketing family. They've never done this business model before. How do you help them be successful?
Yes. So it is I think a daunting thought to be part of the MLM world sometimes, when you have your own pre-notions of what it is, right? And if you show people that this is really just another way of sharing, it's not so weird, right? So like I mentioned before, if you have a restaurant that you like, glasses that you like, anything that you like, technically everything, even, I don't know, a drink that you like, right? You naturally just talk about it. And the beautiful thing is, you don't always earn an income by talking or sharing with other people about things you like, but with Asea you do. And also with banks even. Have you ever seen that ad, maybe at a certain big bank, that says, if you introduce your friend to this card, we will give you a $500 bonus. I can't tell you the amount of friends who have asked me, hey, did you sign up for this card yet? Because we can split the bonus. And sadly, one of them always reaches me before the other, and I'll say, hey, I'm sorry, I already signed up for it. XYZ asked me already. And it sucks, because you want to be able to help everyone succeed and earn an income. But you can't. But through MLM, there is just an infinite amount of ways that people can earn an income. I mean, we have so many ways to do it, right? And not just for one friend, but for so many friends, and in so many ways.
Right, right. So are any of your other brothers and sisters joining you in business, or are they out doing their own kind of businesses?
I have a sister, my older sister. She is a special needs teacher, and she does it because she loves it, and that's her thing. And so she is she's a believer. She loves Asea. She drinks it. She takes it. My niece, her daughter, also takes it. We are all believers, and she is still fully invested in her profession, but she also loves to come and join us at all Asea events when she can. So, but our whole family is invested, if that's a safe way to say it. To an extent,
They're what?
Everyone in our family is invested.
Invested. So
Invested.
they take Asea. They're not
Oh,
necessarily building a business with Asea, are they? Anybody but you and your mom?
just me and my mom.
Just you and your mom, which
Yes.
is amazing because I mean that's testament to show that even though people in your own family know the product works, they probably are on the product themselves and they see your lifestyle. If for whatever reason it's just not for them, they're doing whatever their passion is. They're teaching special needs classes or doing, whatever it is. So yeah, so you honor their agency and just go and find somebody who is looking for what you have, right?
Yes. And if I may add, you always respect people's choices and let them know that you respect it, and genuinely let them know that we're still friends despite you not being interested in Asea. That's fine, because there's always opportunity in the future that there will be an opportunity for them to take a peek again. And I think that's amazing because the opportunity is always possible. Like there's always opportunity. It's just timing.
Yeah, it's so true because curveballs are thrown at people all the time
All the
that they
time.
just didn't see coming. And, they just may call you, hey, tell me more about this ASEA thing because I need something right now. Right. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, Michelle, do you have any final words of advice before we wrap it up and we let you go back to your cute little Eli baby?
Oh, well, I love talking to you, Cindy. I didn't even know that time has flown by. I would highly encourage everyone to think about, uh, just for me personally, Asea. I think about how young your cells can get. I mean, when I first joined Asea, I remember my first regional meeting hearing that your cells had the potential to be 23% younger. And I thought, ha, who does not want to have younger cells and who doesn't want to look and feel younger? And I think that's just something everyone should remember is how can you maintain, would you want intervention over prevention? And think about the cost of everything these days and our economy. And think about what you're saying no to, and give yourself a chance. I truly believe people have to give themselves an opportunity and approach it with an open mind and open heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's always such a pleasure to speak with you and loves to see your young, happy face, your young, happy, healthy face.
Likewise.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. And congratulations on all your success. And please tell your mom hi.
I will. Thank you so much, Cindy. I'm so happy to see you, as always.
Good night, everybody. Thanks, Michelle.
Bye. Thank you.